If you're trying to gear up for your next adventure, whether it's hauling a rooftop tent or loading up extra gear or transporting something like a kayak, you're going to need a bed rack. But after spending serious cash on a tent or other gear, do you really want to drop even more? Sure, there are budget options, but most of them are heavy and bulky.
Today we're installing a budget-friendly alternative from OPENROAD. It's height adjustable, lightweight, and built to handle real-world use without breaking the bank. So stick around and see how easy it is to install. So it's a bit confusing to start because when we look at the instructions, there are actually two sets of the first step one, and it doesn't really explain why that is. So we were able to discover that basically one of the step ones is for if you do not have a compatible tonneau cover versus the other step one being for if you do have a compatible tonneau cover. Well, we actually had to remove Devin's tonneau cover because it wasn't compatible. So in order to go ahead and set up these brackets, there's a few things you're gonna grab. You're gonna be grabbing these T-bolts right here that is actually in the main screws bag. There's a bunch of different screws and nuts and washers in there, so you're looking for the ones with the flat top like this. And then you need to make sure you have this rubber piece right here. Now to start, what we did is we actually looked at the piece that's going to be holding up the truck bed rack, and we found out that there's 4 holes, like right here for the T-bolts, but we only need to utilize 3 of them. So it's going to be 2 in the back, like this. And then we're actually going to skip that 3rd hole right there, and we're going to put this one all the way in the front. Now from here, I have to go ahead and flip this over. You can see it's kind of difficult with the T-bolts, but that's okay. Once you have them sitting in there, you're going to be taking this rubber piece and setting it in the holes that are there. These little silicone pegs do kind of get squished in shipping, so you just have to really work them to get them in. Once you have it aligned the best that you can, it's not going to stay put really, so it's not going to be perfect. It falls out really easily, but you can flip it over here, and what you're aligning the rubber or the plastic onto are these little holes right here. So now that I have this bracket ready to go, what I'm going to be doing is putting it on this side with the L shape facing inside the actual truck bed. Now, one thing to keep in mind is these brackets can be used different ways depending on what you have. If you do have that tonneau cover, you can reverse it so that way this edge is actually on the outside. But because of our actual situation, this is gonna be how we set it up. Once you have all the brackets evenly spaced out, is you're going to be looking for these clamps right here. Now these do just slide into each other just like that. And then once you have these found, you also need to find the bag that says body and gantry. Now what this is this is actually gonna show you, it has 16 different screws, 8 short screws, 8 long screws. You're gonna have 8 big flat washers, 16 little flat washers, 8 nuts, and then you're going to have 16 spring washers. I'm actually going to be taking one of the long screws as well as the larger flat washer, and I'm going to be setting this in this hole, that's the oval shaped hole, first. Now the reason I'm going to be doing this and then screwing it in is because this hole in the back is actually threaded. But when they threaded it and then painted it. So the actual threads are really, really tight. So this just makes it my job a little bit easier to do it like this versus when it's actually on the truck like this. The other reason I do this is that I can monitor to make sure it is straight, because otherwise, if you cross thread it, it gets really difficult to get it all the way tight, and you definitely want this to be tight and secure. Now, usually in instruction booklets, if it has washers, it tells you where to put what washers. This one unfortunately didn't, so we're just doing what we think is best. Now there's 3 different holes here where you can go ahead and put your actual bolt. It just depends on what you got going on in your truck bed. We don't really have much of anything, so we're just gonna go ahead and use the middle hole right there. This side of the clamp is gonna go underneath right there. You're gonna line up the hole, and then it should go under. So what we originally were trying to do is we were trying to double up on the spring washers and the flat washers on that bolt there. The problem is the bolt was too short to be adding that much onto it. I wasn't able to get the nut on through both the bracket and the clamp. Now, each one of these brackets does have 2 clamps that need to be installed, so I'm going to be installing this back one, and then we have to repeat that whole process for the other 3 brackets. Included in the package is some different Allen keys that you can use to tighten these bolts. Now, I did find that it was a bit of a struggle with this, so we did switch over to a ratcheting screwdriver where we were able to twist the bolt in from the top into the nut and the locking washer, making our job a lot easier. Just one note, after we put on these brackets, we realized we had some of the bolts in the wrong place. So you wanna make sure you have the bolts in the right place. The way that we were able to check that by holding up the correct piece to the bracket to be able to determine where the bolts have to go. So right now I'm working on the L-shaped bracket that is closest to the actual tailgate. And when you go and put it on, you want to make sure that the logo is on the outside, and then this piece right here is facing inward. That's gonna be the same when you go over to the cab. This piece is actually going to be facing inward as well. So now I'm gonna be taking the flat washer there, the spring washer right there, and now I'm gonna go ahead and take the actual nut. So I'm going to be putting on the normal nut first, all the way down, and then let's see if that provides the stability that we need. As you can see, we have one of the top bars resting up here. Now, it's not secured in yet. We're gonna be going over that as the next step. So right now what we did is we rested it up here to be able to check the actual height to see if we needed to raise or lower these bars right here. We decided we actually liked the default height. So we're not gonna be messing with them, but if you did want to adjust them, there are 4 bolts that you can loosen right here to either pull it up or lower it down. It doesn't go much lower than where it's at right now, but it can go up higher. We're going to be putting in this rubber weather stripping up at the top right here. Now what that's gonna do is it's gonna provide a protective layer between anything we put on top and the metal of the bar. Then underneath, we're going to be putting in this T-slot nut that's going to allow us to connect this bar to this top bar and secure it in place. Quick tip when you're installing the top bars, you want to make sure that they're fully even on both sides before you fully bolt them down. After we've installed the top bars, we're now going to go ahead and put on these caps right here. Now there is a hole right here that you're going to have to put the bolt in, so you may have to trim this weather stripping just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and put it on now. Now it's finally time for the sidebar. The way this works is you're going to go ahead and loosen these 2 bolts here to go ahead and extend this however long you need. We're actually really close to the max length of this. So once we have this about where we want to, we'll line it up against the 2 bars and then we will bolt it into place. The install was a little difficult even after we figured everything out. It was a bit confusing because the instructions weren't very clear, but hopefully this video will make it more clear for you if you decide to pick one up.
Now I did actually have to remove my old tonneau cover because it wasn't compatible with this bed rack. Mine was a top mount, and if you're gonna run a tonneau cover with this, you need one that mounts on the inside and has T-slot tracks. Now, as far as the actual rack itself goes, it is pretty solid, and I do have to say it looks pretty good, but putting it together definitely took some trial and error.
That being said, it's up and ready, and we're planning to put it to real use soon, hopefully with the rooftop tent. So go ahead and hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.